Darling and Grit, everybody. If you're new here, I am Ashley, and today we want to share with you where and how to start seeds inside. So specifically, like the board says behind me, where to start your seeds, equipments, and tips. So first I want to share as far as where you start your seeds is you're going to want it to be a high traffic area or an area that you are going to frequently visit often, for the fact that you want to be checking on your seeds multiple times a day. Now that may include just, watching them germinate or making sure the moisture levels are just right. And then two, you want to make sure that your equipment is performing safely and correctly. Next is the equipment. So there's a lot of equipment that you can actually obtain to start your seeds. Now there's different things that may affect the health and the growth of your seeds. So you want to make sure that the equipment that you have is quality. And then the next thing is some tips. And then I also kind of want to mention how to protect your seedlings from animals, such as inside animals. We have cats, 2 really large cats, Miyagi and Bonsai. And then we have 3 little dogs. I'm not so worried about the little dogs as I am about the cats. Cats are notorious for getting into things, especially when it involves dirt. They may want to use it as a bathroom. So there's things that you can do to deter them, of course. So I'm just going to show you really quick what we use, kind of show you what the seed starting setup we have looks like, and then we'll go through the equipment. So really quick, we're going to show you our setup. This is our 5-tiered shelf that we got here. We got it all set up. We have the light up here. This is the standing light. This is great for using for like tables, but you can use it on the top shelf here like we are. And then we have our dome, and then our seed tray, and then our warming mat right underneath it. You can see that all the cords are going that way on that side, and you can have it go either way, which is really convenient, but I like them all to be on the side where it's closest to the outlet. And then we have the hanging LED lights right here. And then we have the little mini portable fan that's on this side right here. So you can adjust those and put them on either side or on the front if you'd like, to kind of give it some variety. And that's how you set it up. It's quite easy, pretty simple and straight to the point. These are just like the basics of what you need for this specific equipment. So I'll kind of share each equipment, and then I will share the links for the Amazon affiliate links for each one. All of these items you can find on Amazon, which is super convenient. A good surge protector. So as you can see, this is going to involve a lot of plugins. So you're going to need a power source. So you're going to want to make sure that starting your seeds indoors is in, near an outlet. I have one directly behind me. Surge protectors like these specifically, they come with a different cord length. The longer the cord length, the more expensive it is, but you can find this one specifically on Amazon. I'll list an affiliate link for this. But this one has the on and off switch. It has the protector light and the grounded light. And then it has a bunch of USBs there as well if you wanted to use those. So you want one of these that's up to date. And then the next thing you would like to have is a seed mat. So this warms the seeds so they germinate. And you use this for the first couple of days while you're waiting for them to pop up. And then the next thing you want is your seed tray. You want one that's made of a very thick plastic, because as you move these outside, this will, battle the weather and things like that, and they will be more inclined to crack or break with different temperatures and such. I like this brand. I'll list it also in the description box with an affiliates link. And then you want a matching dome lid, a transparent lid. I have one right here. Looks just like this. So that's what you want. And they just fit right over the top like this. And that helps you germinate. So combination of this with the seed mat right here goes right underneath, and then that will help you germinate your seeds. Begin the process. The next thing to have is a good LED light, either a standing one for your table that you have your seeds on, or you can have an LED light like this. I have this one. I like this one because it's wide, so it covers a lot more area, or you can use the smaller ones. You could technically pair two smaller ones. I started out with these first, and then I upgraded to these, but I still use them all at the same time. I will give a disclaimer that these glow purple, so you might get some suspicious people wondering what you're growing in there. Obviously not the devil's lettuce, real lettuce, the kind you put in your salads. But yes, they grow purple. A lovely ultraviolet purple. That's a good one to have. And then the next thing would be a mini portable fan like this. You want a portable fan because you want to create airflow like it was germinating outside. That helps with a healthy plant. Specifically, it helps the roots establish and become stronger. You're gonna want to alternate this mini fan on either sides of your setup that you have. Kind of become a little bit unpredictable about it, because once you get your seedlings or your starts outside, life is going to change drastically for them, so you really want to give them a fighting chance. These are chargeable. They have an on and off button in there. I don't know if you could see that, but these just hang on. These little octopus arms are bendable. They're quite versatile, and so you just use that to kind of set it up on your either tiered shelf, or I guess you could make something to put it on a table and just kind of like move it around. I mean, these are just going to wrap around whatever you put it on. Another thing is you're going to want a multi-port. If your surge protector doesn't already have one of those, a multi-port that helps you plug things in that need to be rechargeable. I use this specifically for the little mini fans, so that's what that works. Or you could just charge this and then you know, let it run and then let it die. You don't have to have air on them 100% of the time. Some people prefer to do that, but what I've noticed is that your seedlings are going to start to grow a specific way, and that doesn't create a very quality plant in the long run. Now your plant is going to grow which way the sun is or the light is directing them to, but if wind, you're going to get seedlings that are like, you know, cricket and kind of like an S, and that's not good. So that's going to grow weird. So there's those. That's the main setup. You don't have to have all these things. You could really just get away with a seed mat and a light, and the trays, or just a window. You wouldn't even have to have the light. But if you're in an area where there's not a lot of sunlight, or you have a lot of like rain cover like we do here in Washington, an LED light is the best. Just, you know, save all of the future disappointment and just get one of the LED lights. Now that's the equipment that you can use. Some people have different ways of planting their seeds, in like a seed tray like this. Some have the individual cells. You can do that. I don't do that. It's a preference. When you plant in a seed cell, you're gonna have to be very vigilant as far as when to start transplanting that. Start into a bigger pot or a bigger cell. I prefer just to put them in here, and then the dirt, specifically my seed starts, I just fill the whole thing with dirt, and then I put my seeds in there, and as they pop up and they start getting big enough, then I go the route with the solo cup. I like that because they're taller and they're longer, and then my roots can go down deeper. That's just my preference. You can get seed cells for seed trays that are really long, but just in my experience, it's expensive and those crack, and I just rather go with solo cup because then I don't have to care about it if it cracks and breaks. The other thing you can do is plant things with this seed block tool. I think it's called like LeBrook. I can put an affiliates link for one of these as well. It's a package deal. It comes with both. So there's this size, which I think is like almost like 2 inches. It could be a 1.5 inches to 2 inches, both sides. And then there's these little ones, these mini ones. The method to use this is you have to get your seed soil mixed up with just the right amount of moisture that it will compact. And then you press this down into it. You have to use a lot of hand strength. You're going to want a lot of shoulder and upper back strength to do so. And then it forms the squares for you. And then you release the tool, the mechanism itself, and then it creates a little seed block with a hole in it where you can put your seed in it. They don't fall apart if you have the right moisture and soil. If they start to fall apart, that means you need to adjust your mixture. Now, I don't use this a lot. I use it for squash specifically because it air prunes the roots. That's what I like it for, because squash and pumpkins are very sensitive to being transplanted. They don't really like it. They struggle. So that's what I use this for, and it's helped me a lot as far as transplanting my starts for those variety of vegetables. I haven't used this. As you can tell, it's really shiny. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to use it for though, but that's how it works. But this comes as a package. You could probably buy them as individual from like the LeBrook's website, but I might just be a better deal to get them both together. And who knows, I might use this someday. So there's that. And then another thing is you're gonna want to save seeds, or like if you ruin a packet and it has like a bunch of information that you wanted on there, having one of these seed packets to save your information in, or your the packet itself. It's silver. These are made specifically for seeds. I'll list them in my Amazon affiliates links as well in the description box. But I use these and they work great. I have a ton of them, as you can see. It's like Costco style. You can't get these at Costco, by the way. So those are good to have on hand. Another thing is having a good wand. Now, as an experienced gardener, I highly recommend that you buy multiple of these. It doesn't matter the quality that you buy. It really matters about the wear and tear that is done on these, specifically after you're done watering, and the temperatures that they experience being outside in the summer heat, and in the, well, first off, spring comes first, and then the summer, and then the fall. And when you're done watering, none of us are being very gentle with these. We're not bending over and setting them down or setting them on something. Most of the time you're done watering and you drop it, especially the kids. And then so this sprinkler head starts to crack. And then the handle here, it cracks as well. And then the gasket that's on the inside, with the different temperatures of the seasons and stuff like that, it cracks. It gets very brittle, and then that causes leaks as well. So having multiple of these, if you're not able to repair it, that gasket is repairable, but the handle, depending on what the handle is made out of, it's not really. And then usually the spray nozzle is not repairable. So buy multiple of these. They go on sale usually right at the end of fall before winter. You can find these for a really great deal, and sometimes they have 2 of them. The longer the wand, the better too. That gives you a lot more reach when you're watering. But this is pretty standard size. Thing I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, are these seed squares. So these seed squares are really great to have when you begin planting your starts outside. So they have like little holes for where you can put seeds, or you can just press it into the dirt. That's really cool because then that kind of gives you an idea of how much space you have as you start planting your starts. And it's very helpful because starting seeds, you may plant too many. I always plant too many even though I've been doing it for so many years. But this gives you a good idea of how to space your garden out and how much you're actually going to be able to fit in that area or that raised bed. So that's pretty cool. Another cool thing is to have a compost planometer. Even though you're going to be planting in soil that's already prepared and amended, it's a good idea to kind of get an idea of what the temperature is like outside when you start planting, because some specific varieties can only thrive if it's 50 or above. So testing your soil is going to help you determine if those seeds are going to thrive well as well. So that's a pretty good one. There you go. So those are the things I recommend as far as equipment and preparing your seed starting adventures. You don't have to get all of this at once. I highly recommend that you try to at least get the lights, the seed mat, and the seed trays to start everything out. That will be your number one thing to have a successful journey of starting seeds indoors. The rest you can just kind of acquire over time, and it's a lot of fun. You spend a lot of time coming in for the first 3 days when you start your seeds, kind of looking to see if anything is popping up, especially if you have stuff that germinates really fast. So it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna list another video of us starting a raised garden bed and what materials you can use. So if you want to click on that, and then we'll see you guys at the next time. Come here. Come love me. Come here. Come here. Oh. Is that my sweet boy? Yeah. My sweet boy. Miyagi's a sweet kitty. Miyagi is a chubby kitty. He likes his food. Me too. Yeah.